Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Eastleigh save, where today we're taking on Chelsea, who are only 2 spots above us in the league, but we are only just above the relegation zone. So it's kind of crazy that Chelsea and Arsenal are so low down in the league, but hey, it happened. We might be able to get a good win here today if we do okay. Now, there are a few things I need to update you on. Before we do, though, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you get more of this fantastic content, of course. But let's jump into it. So, schedule-wise, it's not been great. Things haven't gone fantastically well for us. We've had a lot of losses, but to be fair, in December, all we played were the top teams. I know Arsenal aren't technically a top team as they're only just but one place above us, but they're still a very good side. I don't think we can really argue with that. We then lost in the FA Cup third round to Sheffield United. We absolutely got battered by them. We beat Stoke and Swansea quite comfortably, really, and only just lost to Leeds and Norwich. So and same with Southampton. So we've had a good few games. That has set us, so we're 4 points ahead of Leicester. From the relegation zone. We're over halfway in the season now. We're in February, so it's looking good. There are a few signings to make you aware of. Vincent and Joe will be joining us from Club Bruges. He's just a goalkeeper, backup sort of goalkeeper, 17 years old, so very young player that I'm looking forward to see how he goes. And Youssou Traore as well, a right winger, again, nice and pacey, 17 years old, coming in on a free. So it'll be good to see him develop. We've also brought in a couple more. Christopher Holson, £32,000. Okay, he's not that bad. I mean, his star rating looks a lot worse, but he's got decent finishing and he's got a bit of pace about him. So I was hoping he may be able to bring something to the side. And for that amount of money, why not? Pete as well, 500k we spent on him. A centre midfielder who can play centre back and right wing back from Tottenham. Welsh international. So he's got a wealth of experience. Looks very well rounded. Again, for the value, it was a no-brainer. And then we've also brought in Emmanuel Kurjic from Dynamo Zagreb. 700k he cost. Again, a centre-half. Currently going to be in our under-23s, 18 years old. Hopefully he can develop. Some nice marking and tackling. And his teamwork and determination and aggression are great. Shame about the heading, but hopefully we can develop that ourselves and get him into something a bit more special. So really that's where we're at. We have changed formation slightly again. We're going a more gegenpress 4-4-2, 4-2-2-2. It's kind of worked a bit better. Fon Williams is dropping back slightly, so Murillo can come in on that left-hand side. Garcia's on the right, Oza and Dugdale up top. Pete will be playing in centre midfield with Anaya. And then we've got Girk, Sacelli and Conde at the back with Pereira in goal. That's kind of where we're at with things. I don't think there has been any outs, actually. I just want to make sure so I don't miss anything for you guys. There has been a few, nothing really of note. Arthur Okonkwo has left us. He wanted to go. I wasn't going to say no because he's played for us for a long, long period of time. He's probably not quite up to the level we were. So we got a bit of money for him. He's gone to Wolves, so that's fine. And then the others are James Williams, one of our academy players. Looks all right, but ultimately I don't think he was ever going to play for us. So we got a 700k for him, which was good. And Michael Quackway as well, 950,000 for him, which I think is a great deal for us. Made a good bit of money on that. So it's that those sort of bits where we are making money. We're still in £20 million debt, but I'm hoping us staying up can fix that. So we just got to stay up. That's the only thing now. Zach Lee is in the first team. He's been doing very, very well, to be fair. But we will leave Fon Williams at that fullback role on automatic. Ball-winning midfielder in there with box-to-box. That's kind of the pressure we're putting on teams. Hopefully we can get something from today's game. It's obviously Chelsea, so that's the thing with Football Manager. If you're playing a big team, even if they are like this, right at the bottom of the table, they're still going to be very, very good. So the form really doesn't matter effectively when it comes to that. But we'll see what we can do. Kujawa, though, for Chelsea in the first few minutes, headed away. Carlos Garcia, can we make something happen? You're a star man. We really need you to start performing this season. He's been a little bit lackluster since we got promoted and hasn't been able to really get us going. So putting him out on the right-hand side, I thought maybe that'll mix things up, maybe give him a bit more of an opportunity. Carlos, he receives it again from Pete. He finds the back post. Murillo with the header off the bar. It would have been a great time to score. Great chance for us. But Girk's able to win that header, and we go straight back on the attack. Pete over the top to Ozer. It's headed away. Andreas and Ite will now get hold of that for Chelsea. But I mean, if we can stay up this year, I think we can really start to kick on. It was disappointing previously. Oh, there it is. Maybe it's a... Oh, it could be offside. That could help us a lot in the first 5 minutes of the game. Yeah, if we can stay up this season, I think it really, really be good for us. It was disappointing going down the season before, disallowed. Great to see. When we were in the Premier League, I hope that this time round we can kind of learn from our mistakes previously. I don't want to be a yo-yo club. I really don't. If we can stay up this year, I think we can kind of push on then and become more of an established Premier League team. But we'll kind of just have to see how it goes, because there's a lot of seasons left to play. And it will get down to the nitty-gritty near the end of the season. But playing this 4-4-2, I think, or 4-2-2-2, I think we could still get something from this season. Great challenge on Hurtado, but he still has the ball. He's looking to get a yard to get a shot away. He does shoot, but Pereira's got that easily in his hands. It wouldn't surprise me if we lose Pereira soon, because he's looks better and better every single kind of game and season we have him in the squad. So Conde's clearance does only comes to Reece James, who's going to get down this right-hand side, fires the ball across. It's an easy effort towards Pereira as we get away with another one there, really, for an opportunity for them to score. 15 minutes gone, and they are absolutely dominant so far. We might have to look at changing things up. I've been trying to think of different ways to play with this team, what our best way is. I've tried 5 at the back. I don't think that's really worth... I think we need to try and be on the front foot. The team's worked well in the I know Championship's completely different to Premier League, but it worked well in the Championship, being on the front foot, being very forward against teams, putting them under pressure. So I'm hoping that may be able to work for us here, but we've kind of just got to go with it and see what can happen as they work the ball forward. Kajara with the shot. He's rattled the post. What a strike that was from that far out. As the ball goes out for a goal kick, I think we may have got away with one there a little bit, because it was a hell of a strike. We gave him too much time and he struck it well. But as we reach the half an hour mark, we haven't had a shot on target yet, and only 3 shots in total. It's not a great start to the game, that's for sure. Hopefully things will start to improve. If not, we can kind of kick on in the second half. And just before half time, Chelsea do come on the attack again. If we concede here, that would be a nightmare. But Conde does manage to clear it quite well. It's up to Mitas and Kaiki at the back for them. Itach looking out wide to Nicholas Dibble, and then Sadio in there. He looks forward. Hurtado through on goal. And there it is. That's the goal we really didn't want to concede just before half time. That's going to make things so much harder going into the second half. You really don't want to be going down 1-0 at half time. And it was a simple ball, wasn't it? A ball over the top. I mean, he looks a little bit offside maybe, but Girk was just not on his toes. Lost his man, and they managed to get the goal. It's 1-0 at half time. I was going to say Girk and Sacelli have been the best players on the pitch, but after that, I'm not so sure. Let's change things up then. Christopher Holston, you're gonna come on. You're the man we brought in the summer. Why not? It'll be his debut. Murillo hasn't been great, so what we could do is bring Zach Lee on at left back, put Guto from Williams further forward, and I think we might actually change the midfield around a little bit as well. Henning Sletter come on for Pete in there as well. So I might be saying that wrong, Pete, because it's Piat. But it's Welsh, so I'm kind of trying to refrain from using some sort of slang. Let me move this camera because it's a bit high and weird. There you go. That's a bit better. You can see me a bit better now, hopefully. Although I'm still quite small in the box, which is a bit weird. But it doesn't matter. We're going to lose today, aren't we? I can just feel it. The pessimism is coming out already, guys. We all love to see it. But no, I think we've obviously got that kind of bit of leeway for us. We've obviously Leicester do have a game in hand on us, but we'll still be a couple of a point or two ahead of them. So we've still got a bit of leeway. Carlos Garcia, though, from the corner being cleared, he does manage to whip that ball in, and it finds Holson. Christopher Holson gets the goal. Oh, it's beautiful stuff. On his debut, he's just there to tap it home, and that's exactly what we wanted him to do. Get on the pitch and just tap that ball into the back of the net. Carlos Garcia did very well there, receiving the ball, having the ball originally being headed clear, gets that ball across. It goes over the centre half, or the defender, Nicholas Dibble, and Holson is there just to tap it home. It could have easily been a bit distracted by the defender going for the ball, but he was able to just get his foot on it, make sure it went into the back of the net, which is great stuff. And we're going for another corner. Can we turn up now? Von Williams with the ball in, whipped in. It's into the centre of the box. There's lots of Chelsea players there to head it clear. Sacelli into Girk, whose long-range effort. Did that hit the bar? Wow. I mean, he's trying to make up for the kind of goal where he didn't quite stay with his man. We've all of a sudden, in those 5 minutes, we were absolutely on it. A header by Chelsea off the bar again. Kaiki now playing it back to the edge of the box. Andreas onto Bernardo. Dan Mitas into Kajawa. He's coming forward. I mean, Mitas is the one player that we were actually looking to try and sign in January. Unfortunately, he did end up going to Chelsea. But yeah, he looked very, very good, and no wonder he went to Chelsea because they're maybe a bit better side. But Holson, can he get hold of that? He doesn't. James was able to nick it from him, and it's a ball over the top to Hurtado. It will be Conde, though, getting there. He finds Sacelli and into Sieta. Then Garcia again. Sieta again. Just a little 1-2, so that's fine. Just don't play yourself into a hole or a corner, please. Girk into Sacelli. Then Girk looks for a long ball forward, but he doesn't find Holson. And Mattis is able to come forward. Kajawa there's so much room. And Bernardo's just run through. It's a good save by Pereira. I mean, I think Girk was just out of position there, really. He's really not helped his team as he moved, just leaving a massive hole for him to go into. Von Williams ball in, headed clear. And they will break again. Kajawa into Bernardo. Can we get back and make a challenge to slow this down? We have managed to slow it down a bit, so that's good. As Patino plays it back to Kaiki. He looks back into Patino as we try and get that pressure on, but they're playing it around quite nicely. The ball's played through. Girk isn't staying with his man again, but Pereira this time, once more, is coming to our saviour. Carlos Garcia goes up, but Quinonez wins it, and they're coming straight back at us again. And there you go. I mean, it is stuff like that where it's just basic stuff, really, isn't it? Our midfielder's not stayed with the man, and it's allowed them to get through on goal 1-on-1 and slot it home. It's poor. Pereira's ball forward. Carlos Garcia didn't win the header. Patino found Andres, who's, again, Sieta didn't stick with the touch. And that's where the goal was conceded. It's a shame, really is, but we've now got to kind of react to that, see if we can make something happen. Let's go. I mean, we're going, I was going to say we can't make any more subs, but Holson on this left-hand side, Analia into Ozer, it goes out. Is that a corner? No, it looks like it's a goal kick. He really just missed the target completely. Wow. I mean, he's not got great finishing, to be fair. It's not exactly his forte, but for a striker, which you'd probably hope it would be. As the clock ticks down now, last 10 minutes of the game, Conde's got the throw in, where he's played it around on this side, plays it through to Holson. Can he score again? Oh, if he'd have scored there, he would just be my idol. I mean, £32,000 for a guy who scored 2 goals on his debut. That would have been blinking lovely. Let's go very attacking for the last 5 minutes. Might as well. Just try and throw everything forward at this stage, because we're not going to get anything out of the game otherwise. Itach receives the ball from the throw-in, played back to Kaiki, and it goes back out to Quinonez. A little triangle, finds Itach. Kajawa again into Hurtado, who plays it outward to Quinonez. He's coming down this left-hand side now. He fires it over the top. I mean, it's a long ball over, and it's just all over the place a little bit as the shot comes in. Was it saved or just... Oh, he was offside. So there was no concern really needed. That's for sure. It's a shame. I think we've done okay today in the game. It would have been nice to have got a point from the game, but I can't imagine that it's not surprising. Like I said at the beginning, Chelsea, teams like Chelsea and Arsenal, even if they're at this bottom side of the table, they're still going to be incredibly good, especially because it's Football Manager, and that's what they like to do, is make sure these teams stay good against you, even if they're not doing so well in the league. But hey, I think we did pretty well otherwise. We've got a minute to go, so we could still grab something. Holson receives it from Lee. Anaya, he plays it down to Von Williams on the left-hand side. He fires it across. Ozer's not getting there as he's just trapped behind a man. But it is Sicelli, finds Conde. Carlos Garcia on the right-hand side. Can he create something? He got a delivery in previously. Fires it back. It's easily defended by Kaiki as Quinones plays it forward and then attach clears long to Hurtado as he looks to take on the defender now and probably get a ball in quite comfortably because he's nowhere near him. It's a good challenge, but it ends up back at his feet, headed clear as Quinones will receive it. I mean, this is the longest highlight in the world. And then there's the shot. Mia Marius Andreas getting his second goal of the season. Only his second goal of the season against us, of course. That's how it works. And it's from the edge of the box where he gets that. Shame. Real shame, really. We obviously were pushing at the end, so I can understand somewhat that we conceded there. But even then, he was on the edge of the box. Wasn't really something that he should be scoring from. But hey, we're still out of the relegation zone, even after that loss. We've got a lot of games to go still. I think 13 games, I think, if I'm right. We'll certainly be coming back later on in the season, especially if there's a few more concerns going about. I'll have to try and work on a tactic that maybe could help us a bit more in there. Let me know in the comments down below of any sort of style you think we should be playing. Is it worth us going to a more kind of counter-attacking defensive style? I don't really want to do that because it doesn't ever seem to work for me in Football Manager, even if we are one of the lower teams. But like I say, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll catch you then.